Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chris, and I wanted to come to you guys with a video about my fasting experience. This video has been promised for a while now. One of my subscribers actually requested that I do a video about my fasting experience. First, I wanted to put out there that I do follow a religion. I'm Seventh-day Adventist, and I am a Christian. But I wanted to say that I'm not very religious. I can be at times, but I'm more so spiritual than religious. Basically, I was on a 40-day fast, and it just ended March the 12th. Right? Yes, March the 12th was the end of my 40-day fast, and it was quite an experience. Honestly, I want to say first that I underestimated the, complexity of the fast and the intensity of the fast. I just felt like, because I fasted before, and I just felt like, 40 days shouldn't be much, whatever. It'll be whatever. But honestly, this fast was a serious experience for me, and it has taken me to a different place with my spiritual walk with God, and it's just been really crazy. I don't know where to start. From the first week of the fast, I just knew that God was telling me that I needed to fast. I usually fast about a certain thing or whatever, but I felt this time that my relationship with God was just in a weird spot, and I felt like God was just tugging on my heart and telling me that He needed to tell me some things. He needed to reveal Himself more in my life. And the reason I felt that way was because I don't really know how to explain how I feel when God impresses things on my heart, but it's like sometimes when you kind of feel like you're getting an urge or an instance to do a certain thing, that's kind of, I guess, the feeling that I was getting, that I needed to do that. But yeah, I went into it at first. It was just gonna be, I knew that I wanted to fast, and I said, you know what, I'll start February 1st. And then I remember thinking, like, whoa, like February 1st, like, so you chose like the shortest month out of all of the year to fast. That's great, Chris. That's very great. But then I was like, okay, I need to extend it. And it was like, God was like, you need to extend it. I need you to extend it to 40 days because I have a lot of things that I need to reveal to you, and I want to take you on a ride that you'll never forget. Honestly, I'll never forget this experience because things were just happening. One, like, just right after each other, there were just stuff happening. And a lot of my past experiences, part of my testimony in life is that I deal with, part of my testimony is that I deal with depression, and I've had, I would say, a crazy experience with depression. And so I'm an RA at my college, and I work in the freshman dorm, and so it's been interesting because I've been just exposed to different experiences with some of the residents and some of the students here at school with depression. Myself and a few other people are trying to start up a support group, and it's like this semester coming in, I was very discouraged. I wasn't very discouraged, but I was getting a little bit discouraged about doing the whole support group thing, and I was just like, hey, am I really ready for this and stuff? Just asking myself a lot of questions about it. And basically, as soon as I started my fast, I just kept being exposed to different things, and just like, there was this one particular day where like a group of, not a group, but like two individuals were going through things, and it was like it was like parts of my testimony, like it was so specific, and so it scared me because it was like, wow, I didn't really know what to say. I didn't really know how to act. I just broke down crying, and I was like, wow, God, this is serious. And I prayed, and I called my older sister and had her pray with me. And I just had my family praying with me. I texted a whole bunch of people telling them to pray for me. Throughout this whole experience, it's just been so trying. My faith has been so trying. And I actually have this balloon from last semester, where last semester was really tough for me, as far as with academics and my faith, because I tend to have wavering faith. And so last semester I would have breakdowns after breakdowns after breakdowns. And basically I was just like, you know what, God, I want my faith to be tested, but I want unwavering faith. I don't want my faith to be tested and I'm like falling, like every time things get hard, or I just give up every time things get hard or whatever. And so I had this balloon, and I hate balloons. And I had this balloon, and I was like, God, if I can squeeze this balloon and pop it. I know it was really silly, but I was like, if God, if I can squeeze this balloon and pop it, then you know what? I'm really just gonna give up. And I realized, I don't know what else that there will be for me to do. And so I was like, but if I can't squeeze this balloon and pop it, then I know that you're working on my faith, and I want you to give me faith as strong as this balloon, where I can be tested, aka squeezed, and still not even burst, not even, be destroyed. Like God, like just, send trials after me and I won't be destroyed or whatever. And so I took the balloon, I squished it, whatever, and nothing happened. It didn't burst, and so I just cried even more, and I was just thanking God, and I was like, you know what, God, I have faith in you. For the rest of that semester, I was just like, my faith was just pretty constant. And this semester coming in, like, I didn't really have an issue with my faith, with school, life. I just didn't worry about things, because I would look at, after that day, I wrote faith on that balloon, and I left it in my room. And then this semester I did a worship thought, and I showed some of the residents my balloon, and I was just explaining to them that just like the balloon, my faith, it gets tested, and it's like the environment around it causes it to get a little bit smaller. But I remember Christ saying that if we have faith at least the size of a mustard seed, like, and I was like, I realized that I tried squishing it like this semester, and it's not going anywhere. The balloon is still strong, and it's like my faith balloon is getting smaller and smaller. And it's not to say like my faith is getting smaller, but like I'm getting tested with so many different things, and sometimes my faith might be a little bit, like I might just have just a little bit of faith just to get me through. And it's like with that little bit of faith, like it's just enough. And it's like right now I realize that the balloon is not going to pop. No matter what I do to it, it's going to be really small. It's just going to get so small until it's just there. But the whole thing is that it will always have that thing that says faith in it, and it will never be completely destroyed. It will be really small, but it will never be completely destroyed. Just like your faith, sometimes it may get really small, but it will never be completely destroyed if you build your foundation on God. Like, because God could just take you through so many things. And with this fast, I learned to be so much, like, God has really tested and tried my faith. Like, I've been through so many different experiences I can't even begin